Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome, everybody. I have Christine, Plush Queen. Hey, that rhymes. She did that on purpose. Here with us today. She is the second half, the better half of, why
Gulf
can't I think?
Coast
Gulf
Picker.
Coast Pickers. Thank you. I was about to say Coco and Chewy because I'm looking at their name. Like, no, not the same. So, thank you so much, Christine, for joining me tonight. I'm excited to chat with you and learn about you and your business and see more of you because we always see Ryan and you're always behind the scenes. So, I definitely wanted to meet you. So, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. We've got a few people already here. Coco, which is why I called you Coco. Welcome. Excited to have you.
Hello.
We've got Christina here. Welcome. Chris, excited to have you. Oh, heard there's going to be a hottie tonight. Yep, you
I
had to come
wonder
see
who that is.
her. I'll give you one guess. All right, who else we got in here? Christine. Yes. All right, we're excited.
Oh, Coco.
Okay, so to kick us off, why don't you kind of tell us who you are, how long you've been reselling, and just a little bit about you.
Okay, I'm Christine. I'm with Gulf Coast Pickers. It's me, my husband, and my son. We're a part-time resellers. We have a hearing aid business, and
That is so awesome. How long have you been doing that, the hearing aid stuff?
oh my goodness, mm, 16, 17, 18, maybe
Oh my
18 years.
goodness.
18
That is
years.
crazy.
Yeah,
And it's your own business?
yes. Ryan's
Wow.
parents, they were in the hearing aid business, and Ryan's been doing it longer than me.
That is too cool. Such a rare industry. I've sold hearing aids surprisingly on eBay. I get them. I live in Southern Arizona, so there is a huge market of seniors and elderly and estate sales of seniors and elderly. So there's always hearing aids, and I've sold a couple of them. It's crazy how expensive hearing aids are.
Yes.
27 years.
Ryan. I was like, I know
Wow.
he's
That's
been doing
gonna age you then, Ryan, because I didn't think you'd be old enough to be doing that for 27 years.
he's worked in a hearing aid office since he was 15.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All those plushies behind you, are those for sale, listed, or collectibles?
Some are listed, some are Smurf is mine. I love the Smurfs.
It's hard to
Um,
let plush go. That's
it,
why
it really is.
it's got such a soft spot, and which is why I hoard them, and I've got too many, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something about them. They just have their own little personalities, and they're just adorable. Absolutely. Do you ever do, I was gonna ask you this earlier, if you've ever done a whatnot with your
No,
plush.
everyone keeps telling me because I have a mountain of plush, and then
Mm-hmm.
I have my section that is mine that I can't let go. Um,
Uh-huh.
and everyone keeps saying, do it," and I'm like, I will, I will."
That's what I keep saying. I'll just keep watching Coco's because she's a pro at them
Yes,
now,
yes.
and I'll get the guts eventually. Let's see. Jerry, my sister, yo, welcome. Excited to have you. Crazy thing is, I'm not allowed to sell hearing aids online as a licensed specialist. That makes sense. Because then you'd be competing with yourself in a way. So that
Yeah.
probably wouldn't work. But not as fun. Yes. I need to do it. I'm with you. I've got the inventory, I've got the plush, and I just need to get started. So why don't you tell us, Christine, how did you get started in reselling?
Well, I
You
always
or Ryan?
loved doing garage sales. I always loved doing them. And
Mm-hmm.
then one day
Going to them or hosting them?
hosting them. Like if someone was like, "Oh, I need to have a garage sale," I was like, "I'll help you." And this is before I became a reseller. I just
Mm-hmm.
love doing it.
How
And
funny.
then one day, Ryan, I guess, was watching videos, and he was like, "Hey, I just watched this hairy tornado, and we can do this." And I'm like,
Right?
"Okay, let's
And
go."
then think back to all the stuff you practically gave away for
Yeah,
free at the yard sales. Like, I sold this for 50 cents and it could have gotten so
yes,
much more.
yes. I
Yeah.
told him, I said, we should have. done this a long time ago.
Yep. It's funny you say Harry Tornado. He was definitely another one on those
Yes.
first
And then
lists of first resellers.
mine was Homeschool Picker. I loved, watching her and learning stuff. And
Yep.
so,
Yeah. We were talking before hitting live and of our first resellers that we started watching on YouTube and how you feel connected to them. And Homeschool Picker Kayla is definitely, she was my first female one because there
yeah.
was such a male
Yeah.
dominant
Mhm.
YouTube niche. Like I'm sure there's a million or resellers that are female, but
Right.
YouTube resell females is super small.
Yes.
And so I instantly gravitated to her just knowing she had the guts to do it. And it was
Mhm.
very beginning in her channel, but it's been fun to watch her grow and
Mhm.
learn so much. So many things that I pick up now, I
Me
give credit
too.
to her.
And I swear, I watch her and I always find something and I'm like, "What?" And I found
Yep.
this one Barbie that she found. I forgot what the name of it was. It's a dancing spinning one or something.
Okay.
I had went to Goodwill that week with my mother-in-law and I like freaked out and I'm like, this is what Kayla found. And she's like, what? I go, this is worth a lot of money.
Yep. There were these water aerobic weights that she had found, these big yellow underwater aerobics. I don't know how else to describe it. And so rare. I've never seen these things in my life. And I
Mhm.
end up finding one at a thrift store. I'm like, yep, that's the one. I know to go for it because you just make these little mental notes of
Yes.
everything. You're like,
Yes.
okay, silverware. Let's look at that. Or
Oh, I know.
what's the Salad Master? She finds that all the time. I've
Yes.
never once seen Salad Master in the
And
wild.
the
And
Magnolite pots.
yep. I watch, yeah, there's so much. That's what's great with all these resellers is seeing the different things and learning so much from them. And then what's funny is I'll get credit. People will comment on my videos like, "Oh, I pick up remotes because of you." I'm like, "Well,
Mhm.
I pick up remotes because of so and so." Like,
Right,
I didn't
right.
come up with it. It's just because I watch way too much YouTube. Let's see here. Silverware has been a great tip for me. I love learning. Yes. There was a set today, Linda, I was gonna get, but they wanted it was like $30. And it was an Oneida set, but it looked very new. It didn't say like Oneida stainless or Oneida 80/20 or 80 whatever it says. It just said Oneida. So I'm like, that looks like a Costco set. So I left it behind. They wanted $30. So Linda, if you want to go for it now, I mean, they'll probably have another sale tomorrow. Linda's local here. She's my local reselling friend.
Oh,
So we
yay.
probably shop at a lot of the same sales.
Yeah.
We have so
Oh,
much silverware
Ryan.
because of her.
It
Not many
is.
sell for us.
And it
But I've
doesn't.
had some big sets though. There's been some that have gone for like $200-300
Mhm.
for just basic silverware. Like it's crazy what
It,
people pay for
it's
stuff.
I know it's
It's
funny that
amazing, but
how something sells good for other people, but like we have another reseller
absolutely.
friend here that she does great with shoes, and we've
Hmm.
got shoes put on, and it just doesn't happen. So we have a joke when we see each other that, and she'll say to Ryan, "Did you go check out the shoes?" He goes, "Nope, they're all yours. Go ahead."
Yep. But did you see any plush? I'll grab
Oh
those.
yes, yes.
Yep. It's funny how that is. Even like with plush, I have two huge black garbage bags full of listed plush.
Mhm.
It's not moving. Not at all.
Yeah.
So it's just, and there's pieces that I was watching Coco's Whatnot maybe 2 weeks ago, and there was a couple things she had. I'm like, I have that same one, and I'm sitting on it. So
Mhm. Yeah,
it's
there's
channel, and I guess something about their algorithms, or I don't know. I'm apparently not a plush channel or a plush page, and they don't send them to me.
It
Funny how that is.
is.
So you said you have one son, he's
Mhm,
11.
mhm.
How is he involved in reselling for you
Oh,
guys?
he loves it. He loves it. He goes with us. He looks for his stuff. He's into shoes right now, basketball,
Okay.
shoes. So anything, and he gets so happy when he finds, something for him.
Nice. Is
And
he
then
flipping them or using them?
some he does, and that me and Ryan, we have a joke. We always laugh because he'll say if one of my big plush sell, for like $40, and he'll
Hmm.
say, I found that, and me and Ryan laugh. We're like, "Oh, now you
All right,
now."
I owe you 50 cents commission for finding
Yes,
it.
we do. We show him. We're teaching him. So, but
Yeah, that's great.
he likes to do it.
Yeah, I want to get to that place. My 8-year-old, she'll help, but it's
Mhm.
help. Like she'll grab some stuff, but once she gets that eye and knows what to go for, it's going to be a whole new ball game. Because right now, there's times that she'll be kind of loud about it. We'll find something, she'll be like, "Is that for resale or are you keeping it?" I'm like, let me.
Yeah, we had to explain to him. We had to
Right.
tell
We
him
don't
that,
need to announce it. It's not what
yes,
we're doing is bad, but we don't need
yes,
to scream it. It's
yes.
okay.
It's fun.
Linda says, I've not done super well with plush either. What are we doing wrong? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, it just if that person's looking for that, like that.
No.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on a plush group or whatever, and they
Hmm.
always write on there what they're looking for, and I'm like,
Ooh.
oh, okay, wow.
And then if
So
you
when
have
I
one,
go
you can
out,
message them. Yep.
yes. So when I go out, I'm looking for that, and if I do find it, then I could say, hey, I got this.
That's awesome. That's definitely a way to do it. Maybe I'm pricing it too high. Maybe like normally when I price, I go in the middle. I'll take like the
Me
last
too.
few sold and just kind of go somewhere in the middle and then take offers. So maybe with some of those, I need to go on the lower end or do
Yeah.
the sell similar. Maybe it's just old and stale and I need to just relist it all. But I'll probably do a whatnot before I end up going through and
Yeah.
relisting
Oh yeah.
everything. Sometimes you put the word stuffed animal and plush, it will help. Okay. Yeah, I whatever the last one sold, I always do the sell similar and
Yeah.
just do the same title. Like it worked before for this person, so
Yeah.
should
Me
work
too.
for me. Jen, my 7-year-old does the same. Yeah. We're trying to teach her her inside voice when we talk about the business. How much is this worth, Mom? Oh goodness. It's weird. What sells for you doesn't sell for me, and what sells for me doesn't sell for you. Yep.
It really is the truth.
Yeah. I wonder if it has something to do, like I said, with the algorithm. Like it knows you're a plush channel or a plush eBay store. So
Person.
it's gonna
Yeah.
send you plush, or it knows I'm more hard goods, it'll send me more hard good
Yeah.
buyers. I don't know. I'm sure they're doing something behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Happy here. Welcome, welcome. All right. So obviously we know plush is your niche. Is there one that you wish you knew more about or want to expand to?
Um. Well, I have three that I'm addicted to. Right when I go to a sale where I'm going first, obviously
Okay.
Plush, Pyrex, or Tupperware. And I know
Ooh.
Tupperware is not, big seller, but for some reason I love it. I want to
Yeah.
find,
Because
a
you can get
rare.
it for so cheap. In
Yes.
my local thrift, their Tupperware is between 20 and 50 cents for
Wow.
Tupperware. So there's some good pieces in there. So I make sure when I do grab Tupperware that it's a $20 or more. Because I
Yes.
don't want to store it because it's definitely a long tail item, but
Yes.
I don't want the one that's only worth $5 or $6. So if it's going to be a piece like the one that I don't know the right names of it, but I think it's a produce holder where it has like the rack in it so you can put your lettuce and then it drips
Oh,
down. I
okay.
think it's your
Yeah.
produce.
Yeah.
That one's a higher end one, or
The canisters are the higher end.
I picked up
The
a pickle one. Have you
Oh, I
ever seen
love
the
the
pickle
pickle
one?
ones.
That one's fun. I got that again because of Kayla. It's not worth much.
Yeah,
It's like a $12
it's not.
pickle holder, but I just had to
I
get
know.
it. It holds pickles.
I know,
That one's
it's crazy. I don't know what it is with me. Maybe it's just I feel connected to my grandma. I don't know, but I love it. And especially the
yeah.
canisters. Like they have blue, they have pink, they have yellow for the flour, the sugar,
Yeah.
and if you have the whole set, you can get a good
Yeah.
amount.
I've had a few of them. I'll get those if I see them, and it just depends on the sale. And some of them will charge like $8 per canister,
No.
and
Yeah.
like okay,
Yeah.
instead of four, I'm not buying
Yeah.
it. But
No.
yeah, if you can find it for a buck or two, definitely. Love the Tupperware. It's so pretty. Yes, unless it's been microwaved too many times.
Yeah, melted.
Yep. Or it's got the spaghetti line in the
I don't know
middle.
what something that I wish I knew. Like, I don't know something that I wish I knew
Ryan
more.
does his is more diverse, right? What other
Yes,
stuff he lists?
yes.
Yeah.
He looks at everything.
Mm-hmm. If it's worth money, we sell it.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, things priced under $1. They do. This is my all-time favorite thrift store. And there's certain things they're starting to price up, but then they'll start bringing it back down. So I think they realize they can't have it that high. Like there was a mini espresso maker that I had picked up once. It was for personal, and it was like $5. I
Mhm.
find the exact same one maybe 2 weeks later. It was marked at 15. Like, okay, crazy people, you just had this for $5 2 weeks ago. And
Mhm.
then but they do have an eBay store. And I think they're hiding a lot or keeping a lot back for the eBay store. So we don't get all the goods, but there's definitely
Yeah,
stuff
we
that they
don't have
miss.
anything under 99 cents.
Yeah, they'll have 20 cents puzzles. Those are usually 20 or 25 cents. Um, what else? Tupperware, salt and pepper shakers,
Oh, that's
individual silverware. Those are less than $1.
wow.
Those are kind of the big ones. Some
Hmm.
toys, I'll have like the little plush ones, like McDonald's toy size.
Oh,
Those will be
okay.
less than $1. Whatever makes the monies. Yes. Vintage shirts and hats. I don't go too much through clothing. I'll do the hats. If I see a cool hat, I'll grab those, but
Yeah,
clothes are not my favorite.
me either. That's what I love
That's too many
about
questions.
Ryan and, Kenton, our son, is he goes his way, I go my way, Kenton goes his way. It's
That's
awesome.
perfect. And then you get all three angles
Mhm.
covered.
Mhm.
Down here we get a lot of like families that'll come together,
Mhm.
and usually they're going over the border, whether it's to sell it at flea markets over in Mexico, take it to their families in Mexico, whatever they're doing. They'll
Mhm.
come in a group, so there'll be like a truck with like 4 or 5 members, and they'll just hit every corner. Like you can't compete with that when they're just
Wow.
taking on
Yeah,
all the way around. It's like, all right, I'll go to the next house, let them finish, and then go to that one. So
yeah.
power in numbers. If you're hitting the sale with 3 people,
Mhm.
you definitely you've got the upper hand. Okay, next question for you. Your favorite way to source your garage sales, estate sales, bins.
Well, I would say garage sales first, but I do like estate sales because I just like looking at going. But
Yeah,
their prices are,
they can be for sure.
yeah. And then thrift stores are my last. If it didn't find anything, then I'll go to the thrift stores.
So you recently did a flea market. How was
Yeah.
that?
That was fun. I had fun. It
How'd you
was
see the prices? Pretty garage saley or more estate
no
saley?
estate selling.
Yeah, people knew what they had.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's a
so you
bummer.
had to like find a person that just wanted to get rid of it. But there was
Yep,
too many of the people that knew, and they wanted, and some of
yep,
them had that piece of paper that says what it is on eBay and it's listed, not sold.
yep. Oh yeah. So many of those. We there was a sale today I went to, and they had a Guitar Hero guitar PS2 brand new in the box. And it had a price of $100 on it. So I'm like, hey, what are we doing? So I open it up. It's missing the game. Yeah, baby. So it's missing the game, and I'm like, okay, well, are you still wanting $100? It doesn't have the game. And his son goes and shows him how to look it up to see what the price was.
Um,
And he's looking up at the available. It's like, oh yeah, this one's going for 60, this one's going for 100. I'm like, no, that's what it's listed for. But I'll buy your $7 speakers that'll sell for $50, and you keep
right,
your $30 guitar or whatever it
right,
was.
right.
It's yeah. Even yeah, without the guitar, without the game, it was an old guitar. It wasn't even one of the good ones.
Mhm.
PS2, so it's super old.
Mhm.
Maybe 30, $40. And I couldn't guarantee it was new because the wires were undone. Good
Mhm.
condition, but yeah, it's funny when they look at the available listed prices
Yeah.
and not the
It's
sold.
getting more though at garage sale. What I've noticed here, a lot of people are, printing out that piece of paper with the picture of
Yeah.
it, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Or what they paid on Amazon. That's a
Mhm.
big one.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think people are they're struggling more and people are trying to get more creative and reselling, but obviously not knowing what they're doing. They're just wanting to get more for their stuff.
Yeah.
So you just have to diamond in the rough. Keep looking. They can't know everything.
Yep.
What is your favorite thing about this business?
Sourcing. I love
Yes.
going to look for it. You never
Yes,
know
yes.
what you're gonna find. And like Ryan always looks at the pictures before the sales. I don't want to see it. I want to just go and.
Go fresh.
Mhm.
That's funny. You don't want to do the little sneak peek and then zoom
Mhm.
in and try
No,
to
no,
hunt for
that's
it.
all Ryan.
Oh, funny. I'll do
He.
that some nights just out of fun because I'm always looking for the thing that they're not actually taking a picture of. So
Mhm.
they'll be taking a picture of a table with stuff on it. I'm looking at the back up on the shelves. Oh,
Yeah.
they missed this over here. Pinch in. That's
Yes.
what I like doing. But rarely are our sales pictured. The estate sales will be pictured, but not the garage sales.
Yeah.
Very rare. Let's see. Your biggest pet peeve in reselling.
People with the paper that says how much it is, how much it is.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So you said your favorite thing about reselling is the sourcing. What would
Yeah.
you say is your least favorite?
Um,
Listing, shipping, pictures.
I love shipping, so I'll say listing. I'm the
Yeah.
packer. Ryan's the lister. I'm the packer. I have no
There you
problem
go.
going to the post office 3 times a day. I don't. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, wow. Tried to only go once, but what is or was your best and worst flip or buy?
My best was Lisa Frank duffel bag. I sold for
Ooh,
$500. I paid two.
gosh.
I was
Wow. I
so
found a Lisa
happy.
Frank, a big plush. It was a cat. I don't remember if it was a tiger or a lion. It was some kind of cat, and it was the tie-dye patch, like OG Lisa Frank. And yeah, I think it sold for like $200. It was crazy.
Yeah,
So
I
fun
haven't
fact,
got.
Lisa Frank is from Tucson. She
Oh,
lives in Tucson.
awesome. Yeah, I haven't found a plush yet, and that's on my, bucket
Oh,
list.
I
Like,
couldn't believe it. It was at a church sale. I couldn't
oh,
believe it.
see, that just, and a lot of other people I see that they get it in the bags of plush at the thrift stores.
Mm-hmm.
So I always am looking in the bags, holding it
Yep.
up, like, where is
Mystery
it? I
bags.
have to find one.
Yes,
But
Tori, welcome. Yeah, this one, it was big. It was probably 18 inches. Like, it was one of the big ones.
yeah.
And I probably could have got more from it. It was early in my reselling days, and I just was excited to have
Well, the
found it.
video is we just started, videoing. And so
Hmm.
Ryan just has me from here. But if you guys would have saw my face, it was like a hoarder house and it was this in a sewing room. And so
Wow.
I'm like, moving stuff. And then I see in the corner, the bright colors. And I'm like, because I
Hmm.
had Lisa Frank stuff when I was younger. So I was like,
Yep.
so I grab it and I go, Ryan. And I turn around and the tag's still on the bag. I never
Wow.
missed it. And I'm like, Lisa Frank.
That is crazy. Super crazy. But it stinks that she's redoing a lot of this stuff. So then when you're sourcing, you're like, okay, is this new Lisa or is this old Lisa?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's ways with the signature, and I've had to Google it before, but something with the L being
They
capital
said,
is the
yeah, they said there's
either that's
different
the new one or the
different
yeah.
styles. They'll
She
tell you
changed
what
her font.
year.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly. Google Lens, my BFF. Welcome, Tori. Sorry, I put that up there and forgot to say it. So, welcome, Tori. We're excited to have you. Once they realize the amount of work that has to be done with reselling, a lot of them disappear. Yep. Bells Resells, welcome. Glad you made it. Virtual hug. Ryan sees video games at garage sales. He just buys all of them just in case Paul will go to some garage sale. To beat him to it. That's hilarious. How far are you from is it Paul the Philly
Really
Flipper?
flipper. Hmm.
Are you guys pretty close location
Yeah,
wise?
yeah, 20 minutes.
Oh wow. And he just moved out there. At least
Mhm.
YouTube time just moved out there.
Yeah, we were like, we wondered how long it would be until we saw him, you know. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it was like the second week he was here.
Oh wow.
We were like, oh my goodness.
Did you get all starstruck? I think I would. Anytime I see another, if I were to see like a YouTube famous reseller, I don't think I'd know what to say.
Yeah,
I'd be one of the weird like fanny people like that would
I
fangirling
would be
rather
like
than
that with Kayla. I know I would.
oh I would yeah.
If I
I'd
saw
probably
her,
avoid her
I
out of
probably would
nerves.
just stand on the side like, I.
Right? I can watch you all the time. Yep. So funny what YouTube does. We feel like we know them, but then we really don't.
Mhm.
An Invader Jim plush. I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
Do you know who Invader Jim is?
Oh,
Oh, I'll have to Google him.
yeah.
It is funny you should say this. So she is not friendly at all.
Really?
I do have an inside source who worked for her for like minute, maybe 2 minutes. She's not friendly at all. So knowing her
Wow.
as a person and knowing her brand, it was hard to separate because my 90s kid, born in the 80s,
Mhm.
obsessed with Lisa Frank.
Me too.
And once I learned how she is, she's not a nice person. So it's a shame knowing how amazing her product and her brand is. And
That's
yeah,
awful.
she's
I would think she would be a happy go lucky. You make the
no.
best colors and
Yeah, no, she's definitely full of herself and not friendly at all, as Ryan says.
oh
So,
wow.
how did you find that out, Ryan? I'd be anxious to hear that because, yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly where she lives, like the area she's in, and yeah, she's pretty recluse. She doesn't go out much. I don't think you even ever see her out. She has assistants and all of that. But
Oh.
yeah, I was sad to find out that she's not very nice because I would have been totally excited to ever meet her. And
Oh
now
yeah.
I'm like, meh,
Now
I'll
I
just sell your
don't
stuff.
want to. I'll just keep making money off of your
Well, there's
stuff.
both back. Yeah, it is. Paul just loves alligators. That's why he moved to Florida. How funny. No, thank you. Once I started hearing that alligators can go into your pool, but then we have rattlesnakes and javelina and
Yeah.
coyotes or cooties, as my son calls them. So, I mean, everyone
Everyone has
has their
something.
nature.
Mhm.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's funny you should say that because, yeah, not a nice person. All right, caught up on questions. Let's see who else we've got for Christine here. We just asked that. All right, your most recent best flip and find.
Ooh, my Persian, it's from the 80s. It was a cat plush, Pitter Pat.
Hmm, I have no idea who that is. I'll have to Google that too.
Yeah, I sold her for 300
Holy smokes!
and I just got her in a bag at a thrift store for $5.
And it was just a cat. Just a
Yep.
cat.
And I had no idea. I was like, okay. I think the Star Wars Grogu was in there. That's why I wanted the bag. I didn't
Oh,
even,
funny.
yeah, I didn't, the cat was nothing. I was like, oh, it's purple. I love purple. Okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
white and purple. But it actually like sat for 2 weeks. And then when I finally got to it and Googled,
That was the biggest one.
yep, I go, oh my goodness. I go, Ryan, you will never believe how much this cat sells for. He's like, what, 50? I'm like, no, 200. It's rare.
Wow. Holy cow. Has it sold?
Yeah, 300.
Wow. That's crazy. That's awesome. I love that when you find a mystery bag and you're like, okay, I'm in it for this item.
Mhm.
And then it turns out the
And
other
then
item.
something else, yeah, is way bigger than.
Wow. It's just so easy to be nice, but why be a butt? So true.
Yeah.
And expected with such a brand like that too. Like
I
so
know.
many
It
people
was
obsess
awesome.
about the virtual Lisa Frank and
Yes.
know who the real person was.
I mean, I loved it. I remember in school, people had it before I even got it, and I would just be like,
Hmm.
that is so
All the
cool.
colors
Yeah,
and yep. Funny how people not from Florida think yes, don't they? Don't you just like walk down the street? Nope, there goes a gator. You better
I
go
know.
inside. Well, you see the YouTube videos or like the news alerts of one just
Mhm.
hanging out in somebody's pool in their backyard or in their backyard, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But that's probably the same thing they think of Arizona, that I go out and I'm surrounded by rattlesnakes. Like,
Yeah,
no, they're there and they could be surrounding, but
right.
they're not just staring at you constantly. There's a lot, just don't go by the water. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we've taught our son.
Okay.
Because a lot of communities have like ponds and stuff, for the
Yeah.
look.
Mm-hmm.
They're in there.
Why would you do that in Florida?
Yeah,
Like you would think it would attract the alligators. You
exactly. You
don't
don't
want
want no
swampland.
water. Yeah.
So crazy. Some people. Have you ever sold a rare Care Bear Noble Heart horse?
No. The only Care Bear I have sold is the grandma one, Granny.
Oh, I had it was either a heart or a rainbow. I've sold one, but it was
Mm.
only like $10 or $15. It wasn't a big thing.
Yeah, I think Granny was 50.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, she's gray with a little handkerchief.
Oh, fun. I buy a group of something for one thing, find something else that's worth more. Yep.
Yep.
I love when that happens.
Me too.
Absolutely. That's one thing with like VCRs and combo players is I always make sure if I'm buying it, it has the remote, and the remote is worth more than what I paid for the combo
Hmm.
player. So
Hmm.
kind of the same idea. You want to make sure you're not going to lose money. So if you're
Yeah.
in it for one thing and you find out, okay, the remote's still going to break me even, there's no risk.
Yep.
So same thing with that. You're after one thing in the bag that's going to
Hmm.
justify the cost of the bag, and bonus that the other stuff's worth more.
Yep.
As long
I
as you don't
love
give
the
alligators shish kebabs.
alligator. They won't
It is
attack.
any kind of food. I just
Yes.
eek. They got black bears swimming at the beach in Florida.
Huh.
Black
Well,
bears.
I
All right,
didn't.
Chris, you'll have to elaborate on that. Got a dog ate in Florida
Oh
on vacation.
no.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't get over the awful, 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 awful story of the little boy. This was what, probably
yes, on
5?
vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it about 5 years ago or
Yes.
even longer than that? It was I think it was pre-COVID. And the little boy at the Disney park
Yes.
resort or
And the
whatever.
little Yep.
Yep. Just
But
awful. Awful.
the dog thing is very it happens a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Wish
I
people would
bet.
not walk their dogs by those ponds, those waters.
Yeah. And the alligators, they're pretty quick. They don't
Yeah,
look like they could
they
be,
just
but
run up and get
uh,
them.
gosh. Yeah, scary. Christopher, that bear was running away from sharks. Orlando. Okay. Yeah, it's a story that just it sticks with you.
Yes.
It's awful. And just to think what the family was going through. They're on
Mhm.
vacation from all places, and
Exactly.
that's the last thing you
You
think
would
of.
think at the resort would check and make sure that there's no alligators.
Right. Yeah. Awful, awful. I always ask if the VCR is tested. They say no after the take returns. I bet the answer is no. So make sure you buy it right. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. That was awful.
Yeah, it was sad.
Was in Density Beach last week. Disney, I think about that. Yeah. Crazy. And you think, don't they do like property checks or or just surrounding checks? But
Exactly.
I guess they can just come and go as they please. So,
Yeah.
eek. All right, on to happier things. Okay. Let's see. Your biggest obstacle that you have to overcome as a reseller, a mom, and the hearing aid business. I mean, you're doing all three.
Hmm. Obstacle. Well, when my son has his basketball games, we have to be there at 10. So and the sale doesn't start till 8. So I have to hit as many as I can before 10. That's an
Yep.
obstacle.
And not be late. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a sale this morning. We were doing VBS whoever else is watching this that has kids. Summertime vacation is not a vacation.
It's
It is
not.
a full-time job keeping these kids entertained. And then, God forbid, one day I don't have something planned and all I'm going to hear is I'm bored all day long. So we have been packing it in, and we've done 3 vacation Bible schools so far this summer. One more already in the books for July. And the one this morning I was serving at, so I needed to be there by 8. There was a sale that started at 7, but I had to get my son to daycare first. I'm like, okay, I left 10 minutes that I can
Uh-huh.
go in this sale and still make it to VBS in time. We were late. It didn't work out. I got suckered into the jewelry because I'm trying to learn jewelry, and I've been watching Lily Works. If you saw my show, she was
Okay.
on a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
Rachel, and she knows her jewelry. So I'm trying to learn more, but I'm looking at these pieces and some of them are saying 925, which is sterling, but
Mm.
then I'm doing a Google image and it's coming up at like $2. So I'm like, okay,
Oh.
so even though it's sterling, it's junk sterling apparently. And so I'm spending way too much time looking at this stuff, and my daughter of course trying to keep me on task. We're going to be late, Mom. We're going to be late, Mom.
No.
But that's all right. We still made it. I just have to get faster next time. Or just make a deal and just buy it all and do my research later. But
Mm-hmm.
that usually bites me in the butt, so I don't do that. What is your favorite reseller tip that you wish everybody knew?
Um, I don't know. Reseller tip? Like, what's yours? What?
Just look it up. Like I was just saying, I would just buy the whole. I should have just bought the whole bin. But it bites me, no, because I'll get home and those will all be like 50-cent rings, and
Yeah.
I don't want to take that much of a risk without doing the research. I'd rather leave empty-handed.
Yeah.
So it's always do your research. That's
Yeah.
my number one. Don't just base it on gut. Don't base it on, oh, this is cute or this is pretty,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get home and it's worth 50 cents. So
Yeah. A lot
research
of
is everything.
times, because I liked it, I thought, oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't. I was like, oh, everybody is going to remember this. They're going to want this. No.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my amateur mistake. I used to do it a lot more starting out. And that's when I always hear from new resellers, how do you know what to go for? Well, trial and error. I've bought enough bad
Yeah.
stuff to know not to buy
Yes.
the bad stuff.
Yes. Like
So learn
Barbie.
from me. Yeah,
Any loose
exactly.
Barbie did not sell for me, but a Barbie in the box has
Mm-hmm.
sold for me. So
Yep.
that's what I learned is if it's in the box, hey, and it's the right price, I will take a chance.
Yeah. Except what did we just say? Monster High.
Yeah.
Monster High loose, Bratz used or
Loose.
loose.
Yeah.
Uh but those are more your specialty. Like the
Mhm.
actual Barbie brand. Yeah.
Barbie,
It's
yes. No.
Oh, okay. I did sell some vintage ones. I'll take it back, but I paid way too much for it. I got them when I went back to Colorado on vacation. I bought 4 or 5 bags of 80s, 90s Barbies, but they all had clothes and there were Kens in there. Kens
Oh,
are usually a lot
yeah.
more rare, but I paid too much for it. Like $8 a bag. I think I was in it like 40 and it finally sold for 80.
Yeah. I
I hear
think
my echo.
I
My
think
husband's watching me in the other room and I can hear me echo. That
I
sounds weird.
think my first it was a bag and the lady said it was from the 60s and she wanted 20 and I think we paid 15 and we did not it sat forever and ever and ever and
Yep.
then Ryan made a mistake when he relisted it or something for $20 and someone bought it like that. And we were like, we don't even care. Just take it.
Get it out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The damage is done. You already bought it. Just
Mm-hmm.
get rid of it. Yeah. That's another good reseller tip that sometimes if you've had it for a while, it's a little
Just let
sore
it go.
thumb,
Mm-hmm.
just let it go. Even if you end up losing money on it. I always tell myself, I've already done the damage. I've already spent the
Mm-hmm.
$5, $20,
Mm-hmm.
$100, whatever. Now, whatever I make is profit. Like, just get it out of there and move on. Because you can't always compare 6 months ago, I paid 50 for it. And now 6 months later, it finally sold for 40. Like, at least you got $40 in your pocket.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I see a lot of people too. They buy stuff and they say, "Oh, I'm just going to hold it for a while, so it's going to, be worth more
appreciate?
later." Yeah, and I'm like, I don't have the room for that.
No. And I don't want to sit there and do the research over and over. Like,
I
to
want
go
it
back, like, oh, is
new.
this Barbie worth $10 more?
Right,
No.
right.
List it or get rid of it.
Yes.
Oh, Chrissy, welcome. Excited to have you.
Yay.
There are so many like names. Chrissy, Christy,
Mhm.
Christine, Christina. Oh my goodness, you ladies, I'm gonna mess them all up because I know I'm gonna say the wrong ones. The Barbie movie, I have not. I want to, but I've heard that that is gonna help Barbie sales. People are saying they're listing a lot of their Barbies now because of the movie, but who knows? There's probably going to be such an inundation of
Mhm.
Barbies that it's just going to saturate.
Yeah, because Little Mermaid stuff was going crazy because the movie just came out. Like all my
Yep.
these were my only I had 3 flounders left,
But that
but
doesn't even look like New Flounder. Have you seen the New
no,
Flounder?
yeah, no, these are all
He's
vintage.
awful. I like old Flounder, the
Yes, me too.
original Flounder.
Yeah, new flounder is like a real fish, and I don't like that.
No, it's weird. It's creepy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got no desire to watch that. I just sold my first Barbie. There you go. Jen, was it new? Was it used? Was it clothed? Most of my Barbies are naked by now. My daughter's taking all the clothes off of them. Can't figure out Barbies, so I rarely buy them. Yeah, exactly. I'll do Kens are more sought after because there's always a million Barbies and there's not as
Mhm.
many Kens. So I've
Yeah.
got an old Ken listed. I think it's like $20, but it's at that sale that or the thrift that I get stuff for like $1. So
Mhm.
I've had him for a while, but hopefully he'll sell. I paid $2 in the box. Vintage 90s sold for 25. There you go.
Yeah, I try to stick to the in the box.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best way to do it. And that is, yeah, great deal. Barbies are all over in terms of, oh, pop up. Go away. Okay. In terms of prices, some really good, some don't sell at all. And it's funny because I'll go to these estate sales and they'll have all the like the
Mhm.
princess Barbies, the ones that
Mhm.
they think were gonna be worth $1 million. And
Cinderella, Snow
oh my
White.
gosh.
Mhm.
But not even the brand. Like these are just Barbies from like their own like beauty queen Barbies. I don't even know what to call them, but the ones that are super fancy with a nice pretty box and
Mhm.
they're not worth anything.
I
And
know
they usually have them priced at crazy prices and
they
it's
do.
like the Beanie Babies of Barbies. They
Yes.
think it's worth it,
We
but
just went to a sale and they had the Beanie Babies for $20 and we were like, who is buying these?
oh my goodness. Yeah, so funny. Some people. A lot of times garage sales people price up Barbies through the roof thinking they're worth a lot of money. Yeah,
Mhm.
especially if they're in the box and they're those collector
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, I think I did comp some once and like 15, $20 and they'll have them priced at 10 or $15. Like
Yes.
if I could have got it for $1, maybe,
Right.
but if they're the Disney ones, I did get a bunch of the Disney dolls, like not Barbie, but they were in a
Yeah.
package, like the animations, where it's like the baby version of that Disney character. It's a
Oh.
totally weird looking doll, but they tried to make it into like a toddler, and it's that princess. And I had a whole bunch of them brand new, and
Mhm.
those did really well. But
Hmm.
Trick is brand new.
Yeah.
I have a Princess Diana wedding doll trying to sell it.
Hmm.
But that one's a little different. That one's a little more specialty. So I bet that one you would think would do better.
Yeah.
right, let's head on over to questions. And last question I have for you is where do you see or how do you see your businesses, plural, growing in the future?
Well, YouTube, I hope, the channel just gets bigger. That's what
Yeah.
I really hope. And I hope
Well, just consistency.
our son, gets more into it and, like it's just
Yep.
something that he can have in his back pocket to do also.
Yep.
But it'll probably be the opposite. He'll, grow up and have his family and never go to a sale. Say, my parents, I had to go with my parents my
My
whole life.
crazy parents made me do it. That's funny. He'll have no desire to ever
Yes,
resell.
yes.
What about your Plush Queen channels? Do you ever want to grow a YouTube with that brand or stick
No,
with
it's
the
just
Gulf Coast?
it's just my love for it. Gulf Coast Pickers is what I focus on.
Yeah.
But, the plush is really just for me, and I just like
Mm,
sharing it with everyone to just show them what is out there and stuff I'm totally shocked sells for this
yep.
much money.
Well, it's mind blowing watching some of the stuff you find, and she was clothed. That's good. Like I said, most of the Barbies that are in my house for my 8-year-old, they're naked. All right, said that one already. What else we got? Found a skipper sitter with quadruplets. She's
Oh,
going for 50. Nice. I
yeah.
had one. It was like a mini Barbie, but it wasn't the Barbie brand. It was like, oh, what was it called? I'm gonna draw a blank right now. But there was like a mini Barbie, and it was just the mom and the kid, and it sold for like $30. And it was brand new in the package, but it was for a dollhouse. So it was
Oh,
whatever this dollhouse brand was. These were little figures that go with it, but they were brand new. I love that you have so much knowledge in plush.
oh, thank
Yes.
you.
If you guys haven't seen it yet, she has a video. Was it the last one or two
Mhm.
ago?
It's the
The
last,
last one?
yeah.
Okay, so go to the most recent video on the
Gulf
Gulf
Coast
Coast
Pickers.
Pickers YouTube, and the guy brings out like a tarp or a blanket full of plush.
Mhm.
And to watch Christine in her natural habitat is just fascinating because you were there fighting with, not fighting, but
Yeah,
almost
another
fighting with another
resale.
reseller
Mhm.
at the same pile. So it's like, okay, is she gonna get it? Is she gonna get it? Oh,
And
she got it. Oh no, she's gonna get it.
she likes plush too. So it
Mm,
was funny when we were going through it. She was like, she would hold up, something she had, and I would say, well, I have one too. And
mm-hmm.
she had one, I had one. So it was like, and then the first one I grabbed was Donkey from Shrek 3,
Mm-hmm.
but it was the baby because the donkey and the dragon had babies.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the baby, half donkey, half dragon. And I was like,
Oh wow.
and she just
How
looked
funny.
like, I wanted that.
Yeah. Well, that's what's hard when you go to even like at the bins or something and you're going through, I don't ever go to the
See,
bins,
we
but
started,
if you're going through and you're trying to find shoes and you have one shoe
someone had,
and someone else has the other, it's like,
see,
all right,
we
who's gonna win
started
here?
in the bin, and
It's
people
what?
would comment. We started in the bins, and people would comment, I can't believe you bring your son there. And we were like,
He's helping me.
exactly.
It's not like you're bringing him to a bar or a strip
Right.
club or something. It's like it's a good little bins, people. It's a little PG. I think he can handle it.
Yep.
How funny. Yeah, but it's funny when, well, not funny, but hard when you're at a sale and someone has the other part of what you want, and you have to like, can I have that, or were
Mhm.
you really gonna buy it? Like, I could really use that.
Yes.
We'll just rock paper scissors and
I
see who
know.
gets it. Always love to see what you guys pick up. Yes, for sure. All right, everybody. You definitely need to head over to their YouTube channel if you're not already, Gulf Coast Picker, and then go to her Instagram to see all of the fun plush that Christine picks up. And my kids are getting crazy over here. So I want to thank you so much for coming on here. It was so great
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Thank you for having me. It was great meeting you.
Flip a coin. That's what we need to do. Someone in Hudson Bins bought a baby in. That's hard because you have to take your eye off of them.
Yeah.
So if you have like a stroller, it's almost like you have to keep one hand on the kid while you're digging with the other. If they're older, like 8, 9, 10, 11, like they're staying with you, I wouldn't be concerned. Or put the baby on the strap, like do one of the
Oh
backpacks,
yeah, one of those.
and
Yeah.
kid's just hanging out. So
Yep.
that's what you need to do. All right, let me put those tags up the screen one more time. All right, Christine, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and no alligators in your future.
And no alligators and no rattlesnakes in yours, Jennifer.
Why, thank you. Thank you. I always look down. Never go outside of a door until you look down. So, all right. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Miss Liberty, you want to say bye?
Bye. I'll see you next week.
We'll see everybody next week.
Bye.
Bye.